Gate set in a teasy.
You know who it is. One Man Back with One Man Reacts. Now, everybody, I know everybody's hearing about 21 Savage saying Nas is not relevant. But a lot of people taking it out. Most people are taking it out of context. But it's really the people, like, you know that Nas fans are just going to take it out of context because if that's your favorite rapper or the person you always listen to and somebody saying they're irrelevant, you're thinking, damn, that kind of makes me irrelevant because I listen to him, or what kind of person am I when I listen to him? But if you ask a younger person, the younger person might not even know who Nas is. I know for sure my daughter don't because I asked her last year, I was like, do you know who Nas and Jay-Z is? She's 17 right now. So last year she was 16. I said, do you know who Nas and Jay-Z is? And it was like I was speaking a whole different language to her. And then she was like, I said it again. And she was like, I think I heard of Jay-Z before. That was crazy to me. You know what I mean? But both of them are some of my favorite artists of all time, especially Jay-Z. But Nas was my dude back in the day. I used to like him more than Jay-Z. Anyways, I'm going to get into it, man. And I'm going to talk about it as it goes. Let's go. This off DJ Akademiks page, too.
Nas dropped an album. It's called King
Academics Club. I guess it's
and
Academics Club.
I guess 21 Savage
I should take this
on
off.
Clubhouse, and he talked about it. And like an argument erupted because I think he kind of referred to Nas as irrelevant, but I want you guys to hear it in context, and then I'll give my opinion about it, okay? By the way, if y'all want me to talk about other stuff like this, I have a whole lineup of shit I want to talk about. Just let me know and I'll get to it, all right?
Only in hip hop
we do
that.
that.
No, but that's not what I'm. But what I'm saying is because you don't know what they was doing when it was 50, when it was only 50 years old, though, bro. They might have been calling a nigga who was struck and still trying to do the shit from day one.
This shit over with,
bro.
Trap.
Nah, man, Trap.
Come on, start over. You got it.
Trap.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
I chat this for 60 right here. This for 60.
Like, it'd be cool because it'd be like discussions and shit, but in reality though, it's like
tough.
We gotta stop trying to treat music like it has to be dissected and it needs to go this way. To do this, they need to do that. Because at the end of the day, when we get older, or even at our age now, when we go listen to old shit, we don't listen to it because they did this or they statistically sold this or they dropped every week or they didn't drop every week. We listen to it because we like it and it put us in a good mood, bro. Like that's all it's for, bro.
But you know why we do this dissect it though? Because from the jump, because from the start of it though, B, it was like a science. You know what I'm saying? The way hip hop all came together. You know what I'm saying? It came together like on some like, you know what I'm saying? We did some shit that abnormal, you know what I'm saying? So the way we created this shit, it was always dissected within the way of yeah, that shit right there hot, that shit not. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I'm saying?
And niggas gotta stop the cap like it was just so much.
It wasn't always nice niggas back. Everybody wasn't dope.
Nah,
everybody
back then was not good. This what I'm saying though, like niggas saying all that longevity shit. Nigga, name somebody else from back then that can drop an album right now.
Yo, I just said before. If you look at the people who was out in 1994, B,
Jay-Z and him is the only niggas who could do that.
And Snoop Dogg.
Wait, what's Fab?
Snoop.
Fab was like 98. Scarface. Too Short.
Ghost can't drop an album.
Technically, anybody can. Like all them niggas can drop one.
They are gatekeepers though.
What y'all saying? Relevant though? I don't feel like he's relevant. I just feel like he got.
None of them are relevant.
Man, I don't feel like Nas is relevant.
Coogee rapping Kane dropped the project and that shit was ass.
Hold on, who said none of them are relevant?
One mic, bro.
One mic. No, he's not. He's not relevant. He just has a loyal ass fan base.
Thank you.
He just has a loyal fan base that and he still make good ass music. But
they don't
like
have a core fan base.
What y'all?
Kids didn't wake up and download.
What's y'all definition of relevant, bro?
Hold on.
Well, I'm glad.
One mic.
All right, let me jump in right here. So, it appears that like 21.
Let me jump in right here. Like, what is the definition of, not the literal definition of relevant, but what do you think your definition of relevant is? Because I'll say it again. we don't just do it for kids, right? But kids do hip hop and kids listen to hip hop. Are they checking for the new Nas album? All right. We don't just do it for the older generation, like the 35 and up. But the 35 and up do listen to Nas, and that's who they came up. So what's relevant is like we would never have like a real definition for it in like hip hop terms. And I'm gonna finish. Let's go.
Basically saying that okay, and I guess, you know, by the way, 21 was a good dude, that's my guy, right? But I think he's trying to make a point to say someone like Nas, he's not picking on Nas, but obviously Nas just dropped an album, so he's the topic of conversation. He said someone like Nas ain't really relevant. Nas has a core fan base who's been supporting him from like the 90s, and it's just the same core fan base like that's fucking with him. It's kind of like, you know, like imagine the chat niggas just always rocking with me while maybe like I don't have a mainstream fucking following, right? I actually disagree with Savage with this, because he starts talking about the opinion of what is relevancy. And I gotta say this. Nas is dropping on a week that we have Glorilla dropping. And with all due respect to Glorilla, I fuck with Glorilla. Glorilla is tremendously talented. She is my favorite female artist at this time. Nas is gonna outsell her. Nas has done no promo. He put up one tweet, one Instagram post. He's away doing rich nigga shit. Gives no fucks about this. No promo, no nothing. This is the third album in a trilogy. And he's gonna outsell Glorilla. And every ratchet bitch that's running around here is FREE, fuck nigga free. What does relevancy mean if you're not selling nothing? Yeah. This is the same thing I had to say when Freddie Gibbs.
You could be relevant without.
That's why me and Freddie Gibbs got into it. Freddie Gibbs was like, yeah, Jeezy not relevant. And I said, well, Jeezy sold the same amount as you. So if he's not relevant, you're not relevant. The point is this.
So I can look at both ways. You don't have to be selling to be relevant, but you don't have to.
If we say Nas is irrelevant, we have to say to what audience. And then we should have a qualitative discussion about, does that even matter? Okay. The younger audience loves Glorilla. But what would you rather have? Do you rather have the older audience who are just going to make you outsell Glorilla, or the people who talk all day about you, FREE, fuck nigga free? They on, everybody on, this is what everybody on fucking TikTok is doing. They doing that like a motherfucker, but they're not buying no records. What is relevancy? Is it because we talking about you? Because there's a lot of people that get talked about that don't get paid. If Nas outsell these niggas that we call popping, and he does no promo, I don't care if it's his cult fan base who might be 50 or 60, he's relevant to the culture. Now, is he relevant to the audience that fuck with Glorilla and Youngboy? No. But hip-hop is expanded. In reality, I keep telling people, you know why Big Ack is the biggest media journalist right now in hip-hop? Because you could turn a niche into some mainstream shit. You just need to gain enough soldiers on your side. You don't got to appeal to everybody. You think everybody like me? No. But let me say something, viral. You just need enough fucking soldiers. So here's the point what I'm trying to say. And they might look at, say, the Shade Room and be like, yo, Ack is irrelevant to us. As long as I'm relevant to the people that I fuck with and I got enough numbers to counteract that, am I not relevant to the entire conversation? And I think that's what we're getting into. It's hard for me to say that Nas is irrelevant. Now, it's a good, I would agree if it says, yo, Nas is less hot compared to his previous self in previous years. That's obvious. He's selling less. Clearly, he's been consumed less. But niggas is selling 30K, we call him popping. Niggas is selling 15K, we call him, yo, this nigga got the clubs lit.
But I've been saying that from the beginning.
Do you get what I mean?
What does relevant mean?
The whole point of at least what I'm saying is that I would agree with Savage if he says Nas isn't relevant to the younger audience.
But that's
a fact.
That's probably what he meant.
But Nas is relevant to the culture. There are 55, and by the way, I can't wait to report these sales.
Facts.
It's not going to be too crazy. But I guarantee what's going to be happening, because I looked at the streaming for Nas. I already got a prediction, but I just ain't tweeted out yet. Waiting for a couple more things. A lot of Nas fans going to put the money down. They older now. They used to buying records. They're going to put the money down, purchase the record. I don't know if he's doing a vinyl, but if he is, they're going to put that money down and do it. Oh, you want to be relevant to a bunch of 15-year-olds who got no credit card? All they could do is type so-and-so better? Okay, that's cool too.
The parents buy
it might make it look like it's popping.
Like it been from the beginning.
But again, we're living in a time where I think relevancy has to be dissected, where are we talking about relevant to the entire culture or relevant to the youth? Usually when I say a nigga is irrelevant, I mean they're irrelevant to the youth. Now, if Savage said that Nas is kind of irrelevant to the youth, I wouldn't even say nothing. But irrelevant, period? I don't know. Anyway, let me keep playing this conversation.
Oh, no, he's not. He's not relevant. He just has a loyal ass fan base.
Thank you.
He just has a loyal fan base that and he still make good ass music. But
they don't
like,
have a core fan base.
What y'all?
Kids didn't wake up and download.
What's y'all
good ass
definition
music?
of relevant, bro?
Hold on.
Well, I'm glad.
One mic, please. Does relevancy only exist within the youth?
No, relevancy is popular opinion. And popular opinion. Nobody's looking for knowledge.
Okay. So then what I'm saying is this though right here. So since I'm a 41-year-old, know what I'm saying? Not
closely connected or appropriate to what is being done or considered.
The best example of this relevancy shit is Nas just dropped a project today. It's a great project. He did his thing. He's Nas, right? But Hove dropped a verse on God Did, and the world went into a frenzy. The world of all ages.
Your world went into a frenzy.
Man, they've been talking about Glorilla. They've been talking about Nas.
Talking about Glorilla. That's crazy. That's a fact.
But I want to ask you had mentioned, okay, Nas doesn't have relevancy. What do you mean by that he doesn't have relevancy?
Let's get this.
I don't know what y'all consider relevant. So maybe
back to the point, and I use this, as like just a place to kind of pivot. What is, as they ask Savage, what do you call relevancy?
See, that's it. That's what we're trying to figure out.
I think when people think relevancy, they automatically just think the youth. Because in reality, Nas's music is consumed more than Glorilla. But would you say Glorilla is irrelevant? Because if she's consumed less than Nas, and if you think Nas is irrelevant, she must be relevant. You wouldn't say that, right? You would say she's lit. Again, most of the stuff is kind of, and that's why like hip hop, that's why I think some of the older dudes, they feel real salty. Even when I said the Broken Dusty shit, they were really in their feelings, is because, hip hop is kind of predicated towards the youth. But right now, I do believe that hip hop is changing where it matters if you're like a seasoned person. Like, put it like this. This is Nas. Okay? His new album, which he's going to sell this shit the fuck out. He's going to be performing at the Garden, okay? It's going to be 20,000 people up in that bitch. In February, it's 20,000 people. Glorilla could promote for like 5 months. She not selling more than 10,000 tickets. I don't give a fuck what y'all niggas say. You're going to be in Memphis, nigga. That's just a fact. So what do you call relevant? And that's what I was just trying to say is like, we have to say relevant to certain age groups. Or if you want to say relevant to the culture, I got to say Nas has some relevance to the culture. I'm sorry to say.
I agree with it.
This is This is Madison Square Garden. All them niggas who you see selling 20,000, 25,000, they're not selling out the Garden. Being honest with y'all. Let me get back to the clip.
Use the wrong word.
Relevant to
Ain't nobody under 30 waking up checking for Nas.
That's a fact.
That's a
I
fact.
hate to say it, bro.
You
I'm
mean
keep it
under
real
40.
with you, family.
That's not
I'm
a
gonna keep it gangster with you, family. I mean, if you want to say for the young kids,
This nigga sound like my son.
You can have that because I can't determine who's listening to Nas in the age bracket. But people are
sound
checking
like
for
my
Nas when people been asking for King Disease 3 since like Magic or was whatever the case may be.
Well, that's the end of the clip, right? But I want to say that 21 Savage was wrong, and he was right, and he was not wrong, and he was not right. I know that's both the same thing, but that's the only way I can put it because this ain't gonna be long anyway. I mean, well, I guess you could see the time, but yeah, like I think 21 Savage was really referring to like a age bracket. Maybe I don't know what particular age bracket he's referring to, but maybe 30 and under. I don't think anybody 30 and under is just. I'm not gonna say anybody, but the most 30 and under people are not gonna just put in Nas. And I'm gonna give you a perfect example why I know that. Because of let's say KRS-One dropped a new album. I wouldn't play it either. Like I don't 99 times out of 100, I probably wouldn't play it either. You know what I mean? Or let's Curtis Blow or Slick Rick or something. I'm probably not gonna play that album either. So, but I wouldn't call Nas irrelevant, period. But he's probably irrelevant to the world of people 30 and under. It's probably just it doesn't matter if he dropped an album every month. They probably would never even know. But it's people that's 35 and up that went and know that 21 Savage dropped. So it just goes both ways. And I listened to the new Nas album. Loved it. He's spitting on that shit. He talking on that. It's probably like 2 beats I didn't really like. You know what I mean? And I listened to the new Drake and 21 Savage album. And it's like one song up there that I just feel like Drake was singing too long on it. You know what I mean? I know 21 Savage had to be like, damn, nigga, you gonna sing this whole song? It's like only one song I didn't really like on that album. And I listened to that album twice. I listened to the Nas album once. I'll probably listen to that again today. Anyways, man, like and subscribe, man. Leave a comment. What you think? If you just hear the diss 21 Savage, don't even leave a comment because you know that he's not really saying like. It's like you're gonna not even hear the part when he said Nas make good ass songs. It's like everybody's skipping over that. He's just saying like, he's not saying Nas is whacking anything. He already said he make good song, but if you're gonna just come in the comment section and say that, of course you didn't listen all the way to the end anyway. Anyways, man, like and subscribe, leave a comment. Boom!
Gate set in a teasy.